Welcome to Troggy Trog's Let's Play Dungeons and Dragons Online. Alright, so I'm playing the auction house here before we start the depths chain. I went and, basically went through my bank, went through a few items, and let's see if we have anything. It looks like we got mail. I just placed items on the auction house probably about 5 to 10 minutes ago, and then went to the tavern and kind of regenerated some of my clickies and things. So let's see what we got. I mean, this is 10 minutes ago, guys, so let's see. Alright, so I sold a Scarlet Blue Ionstone that I paid, oh gosh, probably about 500 plat for, maybe 1,000 yesterday. So I decided, I'd sell this because it's only +2 intelligence, and it's going to be a long time before I ever am able to upgrade it. There is a quest that you have to go into to do that at a very high-end content, high-level quest. So I went ahead and sold it. It's just going to be collecting dust in the bank, and it's not an Ionstone that I really plan to use anyway when I get to level. So I put both of those on auction house. One of the two have sold. The competitors out there's actually the same exact Ionstones on there for about 10 times the cost that I tried to sell mine for. So actually more than 10 times, more like 15 times the cost. So I was like, I don't care. I'm making a decent enough profit. I also invested in a few other things, just little things to try to stir up some more cash. So if you look here, I've got things that either I had and I used, and this probably won't sell, and this probably won't sell. This has only got 5 hours left on it. But the feather falling ring, we have 2 other feather falling items now. Boots that are bound to account, and the belt that I'm wearing. So I thought, we only played what, like 500? Not even 500 plat for that ring, I think. So it was like 497 plat. And we got use out of it. It's not perma-damage. It's the only Featherfall ring on the auction house right now, so we should make a killing on that. A huge profit, right? And most of the Featherfalling items, by the way, on the auction house are, like belts and boots and things like that. There's no jewelry of Featherfalling currently. This was something I actually found in the House K armor shop. So I picked it up for, it cost me about 12,000 plat. But I put it on the auction house for 60,000. It's the only one on the auction house. It's an epic, hard, high-level, named tower shield, and hopefully somebody will want it. There's a lot of paladin builds out there nowadays. They kind of redid paladin class just a few months ago, so a lot of people are playing like sword and board paladins again. So we'll see. Anyway, just things to invest in. I might take a loss on it. I have to keep reposting some of these things each day, but for the most part, everything's sold. The only thing that hasn't sold so far that I placed on the auction house is that Bow of Draining, which is no big deal. I paid 1,900 and some change for it, so I'm just trying to get my money back out of it. Anyway, our next quest is Depths of Despair. Nothing new to really report other than that and our daily dice. Let's see what we get here. Come on, big money, big money. Yeah. Big money. 100 experience points. That's alright. Alright, so Depths of Despair. Let's go ahead and enter that. This is part 1. Just double check. This is part 1 of 4 quests that are related, but they're not a chain. They just happen to be accessible through each other. So each of the depths, they all start with the word depths. Each 4 of those quests are like level 4 and level 5. Basically, start in Depths of Despair, and you work your way down each level. So it's like like a traditional dungeon crawl. You're going from first level down to the second level below it, and then the basement below that, the third level, and then the basement below that is the 4th level. So just to check the compendium here real quick. Yeah, let's make sure we got everything right. Let's see, Depths of Despair should be the first one. Yeah, so it says enter the sewers, where this one will say Depths of Darkness will say 2nd level, and then the next one after that will be 3rd level and 4th level. So we'll do all 4 of them in a row, since we're basically, this is the last level 4 quest we have, so I kind of saved these for last, knowing that there's some level 4 and some level 5s. Anyway, let's get to it. I think we'll be alright without a hireling. Sadly, we have to slay Sslysk. Sslysk is a Troglodyte, I think. If we need resistances, I have my Wand of Resist Energy. I have my buffs here. Kind of rearranged just a little bit since last time. Just making some room and trying to decide what to do. Oh, and I also brought my Archivist necklace out of the bank since we're using spell points now. So these give roughly about 25, I'd say 24, 25 spell points on average when you click it. So it's basically like Divine Vitality. And let's make sure we got all our vendor stuff off. I have my I finally found a minute scene item. Sadly, it's a helmet, so I'm gonna have to find another spot item. But the minute scene, the search items in this game are extremely hard to find for some reason, or at least on this server. And the auction house, there's I think only 2 minute scene items on the auction house, and the cheapest one's about 150,000 plat. It's ridiculous. Like, and I'm not talking just my level. I'm talking like from like level 1 to 28. There are like 2 minute scene items on the entire auction house. And that's excluding named items that may have that characteristic on it that I didn't look for. Anyway, so we have a minute scene +7 helmet, and it actually has a yellow slot, and it's masterful craftsmanship, and minimum level 7. So when we hit level 7, we'll have that in the bank. Pull that out. We got a trinket in the bank we can pull out. So we're looking good. We'll have some nice gear waiting for us. I'm just gonna have to find a maybe some spot goggles, because we really don't need the listen bonus on our goggles. It's not that big a deal. Listen's basically an ability that you use kind of passively in the game. It's not really like an active, thing like most rogue skills. Right. And so we have 2 objectives. We have to, basically find the entrance to the next dungeon and fully explore this dungeon. It's kind of like how you fully explore it. So, you find the next part, the next exit or entrance, however you want to look at the entrance to the next dungeon. And we have to slay Sslysk. Now this area here is trapped. So ideally what I want to do is have a system where I don't have to switch my gloves and all that stuff on. Sadly, rogues, this is the dilemma with playing a rogue type character, is you're always trying to consolidate your gear, but it's really hard because you need skill items. Generally, if you're playing a tank or a caster, you only need like 1 or 2 little items to kind of, as far as gear is concerned for skills. Oh, get him ready. Oh, ready. Ready's aggressive. You almost got him. I was a little bit faster on the draw there. Oh, spotting some danger here too. Ooh, Rust Monster. That's what you get, Rust Monster. Alright, well, why don't we go this way? Ooh, Pokeball. I love how they go for things like 10 years after, it's like, not 10 years, I'm just exaggerating, obviously, right? But, it's just like, there's like a lag or something after I kill something, and the hirelings and especially the summon monsters. Oh, Blast Spider. Thanks for the temporary spell points. Actually, I should. A lot of times I forget. Like, if you have a preference of what to see down here in the chat box, let me know. I generally keep the general chat off because you get a lot of when you're outside, out and about before a quest or after a quest, you get a lot of people chatting and I can't control what those people are saying, so there might be something offensive in there, to the audience. You never know. Somebody might get offended by it. So I generally try to block out the general chat as much as I can and just kind of keep the combat or guild chat thing up there. But I guess the combat's probably the most informative. We could do general, now because it's obviously we're in the class, and that has the dungeon master dialogue on it. I could always make up a chat box that has all the good stuff in it without any of the bad stuff. We could always do that. I might get around to doing that, so that might be a fun thing to do. Yeah, we'll hold off going in there. I want to try to explore this. There are ways to do this, but I'm going to try to explore this like kind of like one grid at a time. I think that's how we'll do it. So as you see, like we've kind of done this grid. We'll go back here and just check to see if there's anything that we need to look for here, and then we'll head back. Oh, yeah, there's a couple breakables we didn't get. So we're back here where we started, just down the hall from that chest that we got. Oh, it's nice being able to spot things. See how he goes after still like kind of jumping at it after it's already been killed. So, alright, this one's short enough where we can basically just keep clicking expeditious retreat every time. I kind of always put my ear up to the door, like, oh yeah. Now, in pencil and paper, I have to say, now that's not a wooden door, so probably okay. But pencil and paper, you would not put your ear up against the door, especially if it was wooden. Like if you're doing classic dungeon crawls with a old school Grognard DM, because he will probably put some rot worms or rot grubs or something in there that'll get into your ear, and then in a few days after you do that, you'll be dead from some kind of wicked brain damage disease. Oh, what we got there? It's a guy's name starts with a T. Hey, our Earth Elemental. I really do like the elementals in this game. They did a pretty good job with them. They seem to symbolize, you know, what you would think is a classic critter. Now, where should we start? We started up in here. I think we'll do this grid next. This is like kind of like one of those classic dungeon crawls that everyone likes to run. I think, at least in my, they're fast quests that a lot of. Yeah, this guy I think is gonna walk our way, and then he'll spot us, so we might as well shoot him. But this is like a classic dungeon crawl, and it's a very puggy kind of quest. A lot of people that are free to play accounts, they'll run this over and over again. They'll probably get a group and just run it and farm it kind of like 3 times in a row. They'll do like, you know, normal, hard, elite, or whatever, and that's fine. You know, it's one of those quests that it's really fun to run. You just have to kind of keep up with the party members if you do it, because it's a very quick quest. Like I'm taking my time, but people literally run this quest in like 2 or 3 minutes tops, and you know, just haste up and rush through it, and you know, they'll skip a lot of areas. They'll just basically go for the main objective. And even if you go for all the objectives, it's pretty quick to run. Alright, so we'll skip this room here. I think that's the end. Oh, it's Troglodyte stench. What? Troggy's got the Troglodyte stench? Oh no. Yeah, okay, we'll get this. We'll kind of connect this dot real quick here. Alright, so how are we doing on the map here? We still need to go back here and do this side. And if I haven't mentioned already a zillion times in the last 50 or 60 quests that we run, I'm not doing these for efficiency or anything like that. This is a flavor build. It's a classic dungeon crawl type of character. I'm not trying to play this character as anything but the way I want. Oh, nice. I hear the alarm. Oh, I heard that too. Ah, nice. Oh no! Ready! It's been 10 minutes already? Oh, we're almost done. You gotta bring a rat to a sewer, you know, like that just goes along with like this dungeon so well, to have a little rat companion in here, squeaking away. Let's see, did I miss anything? There's adventures back over here. Oh no, I heard a skeleton. Haha. Man, I tell you, this morphic arrows. I know it doesn't seem like much, you know, but that's like one of the best things at low level. I mean, at low level, you know, there's so many things that like zombies where you have to use like a slashing weapon, or you know, something that you have to use a piercing weapon on, or like a bludgeoning weapon on skeletons, and it bypasses all those DRs. So yeah, I mean, it's just perfect. Yeah, I'm just running around here making sure I get everything to pop out. You can see that, you know, there is a point where people kind of get tired, I guess, of running these quests over and over again, because or these style dungeons over and again. I don't. I really enjoy these, but they all have the same kind of skin design, you know, like they have that same kind of sewer design that they keep kind of reusing and rehashing. So I'm gonna do a little search here. Let's see. Okay, sure things here. I don't think there's anything here, but I wanted to check. Go over here real quick too. I can't remember if it was this dungeon or another one that these. There's one that's got a similar room with the porculus kind of gates come down. Alright, so we need to go over here. We'll kind of do this here. I think once we do that, we'll get this. Already got that. Never mind, we already got the explorer. But there's a few breakables probably over there, so we'll head down this way. You can already get the ransack, but you know, we'll go for it anyway. Go for the breakables, because you know, there's collectibles, breakables are always good. And there's also a couple critters over here. Barney Rubble, what do you get for me? I have a used skull fragment. Yabba yabba doo. Alright, so that's about it for this dungeon. Let's get the inn room here. Let's see if there's any. Oh, there's a guy there. You get him! Tank him for me, buddy! Tank him for me! Get his aggro! Get his aggro! I'm trying to get him to. What? I don't know what you're looking. There you go. You get him. You tank him, man. Getting ready. Reddy's like, I kick your butt. We'll open up this other door too, just to see if anybody else pops out. Sometimes, Ghostbane longsword. Sometimes, sometimes you'll use these valves, right, and doors and things will pop out that normally wouldn't be there unless you did that. So, oh, and I had this. I think I just got a. Okay, check this out. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get this to work. Alright, we're at 40%. We hit this, that'll be. Maybe we can get this working. There we go. Check that out. That's that purple death aura. I think recently I was telling you about the green one that the arcane skeletons have. This is the newer version of it. The NPCs and monsters still have the green big globe around them, the spherical aura, but this is what this one is here. I guess it's up here, right? Yeah, so it doesn't hurt me, you know, when you cast on yourself, but if I was undead, it would actually heal me. So, you know, like you get like little ticks of healing. They also, like clerics also have a radiant aura that they can get healed by with the enhancements, which is pretty much mandatory on most clerics. I mean, I think if you're gonna play I think they can access it by, well, level 12, I believe. Once they changed it with the enhancements, I think it's still level 12 though. You get like this kind of yellow instead of a purple. It's like the yellow aura. Anyway, that's the end of this quest. We're going to continue to do all the chain or series of quests and then get our reward. So we'll do this. This one next is the Depths of Darkness. So we'll start that one up in just a minute.